Hey everybody, today I'm going to do my version of setting up a car subwoofer or car amp in your house. And this is pretty much the way where you use a computer power supply or PSU to power up your car amp to your car subwoofer. Now there are many other ways, perhaps getting a power inverter, a car battery. Now I find the PSU probably the easiest way to do, or the power converter could actually work pretty well too. Just it costs a little bit more, I guess, and there's a couple. But anyways, yeah, pretty much those are just some of the couple ways. But the way I do it is with the computer power supply. Now, so pretty much these are the three things you need: is the car subwoofer, car amplifier, and the PSU. Here I have a Coolmax 600 watt PSU. Now there's actually a couple more things other than picking a PSU that has the most wattage. There's pretty much voltage, all kinds of numbers that you need to check out, of course. And we got a comment from fellow YouTuber Niho Jin. Sorry if I said that incorrectly. Please correct me. And pretty much he's saying that you could check the reviews and stuff on the PSUs to check if it's steady, stable, stuff like that. Pretty cool, good tip. And obviously I didn't do that. I just decided, oh well, you know what, 600 watts seems like it's good enough. So anyways, I bought it anyways, and I bought the amp at the same time. And I can tell you right now, it's working perfectly fine. I haven't been able to run it for a very long time since I'm not going to listen to bass for just a constant 20 minutes. But I haven't had any troubles yet. Cables weren't hot, nothing at all.
Alright, so first off, you need to locate your bunch of cables, which is not very hard to locate. Another thing I like to mention, always have your PSU unplugged from the wall, just in case. And here's your motherboard cable. Alright, so what you need to do first is pretty much locate your green cable. That's right there where my thumb is pointing at. Of course, it's pointing at like 3 other cables, but find your green one. There's only one green cable, no other green cables on the PSU or any other ports. And pretty much from that green cable, you want to find that port and you want to link it to another black one. And there's a couple black ones, at least 3 or 5. And just link it to any one, and it just should short it out. And so that would pretty much start up the PSU when you have it plugged in. It'll start up the fan, and that's when you'll know that it's powered up. So yeah, just have it like that. Of course, you don't have to do 2 if you have a thicker cable, but mine's pretty thin, so I decided to use 2 links. You can do it with 1. And another thing, always have your PSU turned off and unplugged. And always use electrical cable if you guys didn't know that already. Alright, so after you've done that with your motherboard cable, you want to turn it on, test it. If you see the fan running, it should be running just fine. After that, you find one of these little connectors right here. And pretty much these connectors have 2 yellows, 2 blacks, or no, 4 blacks and 2 red. All you want to do is cut the yellow and cut the black. Only one is needed. Do not cut both, and be sure it's the one linking to the motherboard like I have it here. I mean, not the motherboard, excuse me, to the PSU, like that. So as you can see, I've cut 1 yellow and 1 black. And pretty much after that, you take it and you link it to your car amplifier. Alright, so after cutting those cables, you want to connect the black one to your ground and the yellow one to your battery, or 12 volts. And pretty much that should just power it right up. Now the remote in the center, or it could be located somewhere else other than the center depending on your amp, you have to link it over to your battery, or 12 volt, to indicate that it's like a car starting up. That's what I believe. I forgot. If I got it wrong, please note me on that. And yeah, I have it linked here with my other orange cables. I did 2 because, like I said again, the cables I have are very small. So if you have a larger one, you can just use 1. But anyways, yellow to 12 volt battery, and black to your ground. Remote, link it over to your 12 volt. And it should start it right up if you have your PSU turned on. And of course, again, noting, have your PSU unplugged at all times when doing this. Just want to note a couple other videos that I've seen. They've done it using a black from the motherboard and a yellow from the motherboard cable. Or not motherboard cable, or the main cables. And I believe that works too, just that I wanted to do it with the smaller one since I didn't really want to sacrifice this whole piece right here. But anyways, yeah, that's some other ways to do it also. Alright, so after you plugged it in, you made sure everything's secure, and after that you can plug in your PSU to the wall. And of course, if it has a switch, most of the time it's off, so you might not see any differences. But if it's like perhaps a OEM power supply from a desktop you got, mainly if you just plug it into the wall, it'll power it right up. But anyways, after that, you want to hit the switch on your PSU, and there you go. Your power indicator is on. Protect, I guess that's if they detect something that could cause a short, they'll probably turn it off and protect it. Now, after that, of course, you got your speaker cables right here. I have it bridged because this is a 2-channel amp, which pretty much you can't, use one channel to power up a subwoofer. That's, pretty weak. But obviously, I don't know the RMS of this amplifier, but I should do just fine when it's bridged. Alright, so watching from some other videos, they actually give pretty good tips about wires and stuff. How perhaps sometimes the wires could get warm, they could even get hot, and that could actually melt the plastic that's covering them. So that's why I guess it's always a check occasionally if you're running it perhaps at a 5, 10 to 15, 20 minute pace. Check, every so often to see if anything's getting too hot, or anything's smelling bad or smoking. You always want to check that, since electrical is very dangerous and it could cause a fire, it could void this, void that. And yeah, you always want to check that out. I haven't had any problems, but I haven't been running it for very long either. Everything's pretty much been stone cold since it's I've watched a video where he had 2 blacks and 2 greens plugged in and more linkage to spread out and even out the power so it doesn't get too hot on one cable and melt. Alright, so last of all, this is pretty much the easy part. You need your source to pretty much play any music on your subwoofer or speakers, and pretty much 2 RCA cables right here into the line in. From your source, it could be anything other than an iPod. It could be, I don't know, DVD player, laptop, whatever. Of course, this is an iPod, uses a 3.5mm port, and I got a Y splitter right here. And pretty much on this side of the amplifier, you've just got your gain, other knobs to pretty much balance out the sound output and stuff. And over here is just your line out. And this amplifier has a switch or a button where it can change the LEDs and stuff. Or not LEDs, but just lighting on that V. So yeah, overall that's pretty much it. You can pretty much do the same thing to a head unit or to another amp to power up your highs or mids or any other kinds of speakers, I guess. Unfortunately, right now it's just for the subwoofer for me. I might be planning to get a head unit probably by the end of Thanksgiving if I can actually grab one. Alright, so pretty much I'm just playing a little bit to show you that everything works properly. So pretty much that'll be it. I'm going to wrap up the video here. Hopefully it was helpful. If it wasn't, or I've missed a couple things, please let me know. I'd be happy to hear from you. Have any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know. I check daily, and other than that, thanks for watching.